part of the show, and this is a great it's a great part as you hear these awards and some of the folks stuff that the folks have done. I think you'll see such great people in this community. I think of the board that chooses these awards and what a difficult decision that must be when you have so many people doing such great things, from officers. I mean, I look at the scope volunteers, guys like Don Thorstensen. Where's Don? There we go. That's my father-in-law, so I got to plug him. But volunteers, officers, everybody doing such great things for the benefit of this community, and it's just so great to see. And this is hands down my favorite part, is the actual award. So first up, we've got two Outstanding Citizen Awards, and our first one goes to Tyler Pfeffer. And let me add the caveat, I hope I don't butcher anyone's names. Certainly not my intention. I'm fairly literate, but I guess I butchered a couple earlier. Todd, how did I mess up Todd? So Todd, I'm sorry, I got that one wrong. So Tyler Pfeffer, if we can have you come up. This is in recognition of your extraordinary actions on May 20th, 2017. Without thought to your own personal safety, you stepped in and assisted two deputies to subdue an individual who was suffering from mental issues. If not for your help, the situation could have resulted in more serious injuries for all those involved. We're honored to have you as a member of our community. Thank you. Oh, and also there was a set of keys that were turned into the front desk, so if any of you lost keys, they are up front. Describe them and they're yours. Our next award, Citizens Award, goes to Paul Eminger. In recognition of your actions on September 10th, 2017, you volunteered to assist a deputy involved in a foot pursuit of a suspect. You gave him a ride in your vehicle, which allowed him to catch up with the suspect in a more timely manner. With your assistance, the suspect was apprehended and no one was injured in the process. We're honored to have you as a member of our wonderful community. So thank you. And before you clap, I would like to also point out, this is a COPS volunteer, so it's no surprise that he acted with such heroism. So thank you, Paul. Thanks, Paul. Now we have a unit merit citation. So I'd like to call up Sergeant Matthew Smith, Detective Daniel Blashill, Detective Scott Bonney, Detective Charles Haley, Detective Jerad Kiehn, Detective David Knechtel, Detective William Shannon McCrillis, Detective Marc Melville, Detective John Oliphant, Detective Marc Renz, Detective Kenneth Scott, Detective James Speaks, and Sheriff's Technical Assistant to Rebecca Wilbur. This is for October 11th, 2016. Individuals from the Spokane Valley Investigative Unit, SVIU, Investigative Task Force, ITF, and the Regional Intelligence Group 9, RIG 9, worked together on a murder-for-hire case and prevented the death of the intended victim. At the time, the Major Crimes Unit had more cases than it could handle, and these units came together and investigated as a team. They worked beyond their normal working hours, went beyond their normal duties of scope, and worked together to achieve this positive outcome. Thank you. Now we have the Medals of Merit. Our first one, I'd like to call up Sergeant Michael Kittlestved. This is from July 26, 2017. In recognition of your talent, skill, and time, you have devoted to the Spokane Sheriff's Office Explosives Devices Unit and the Seattle Stabilization Team. You are highly respected for your component recognition and identification knowledge, and your level of commitment to obtain the continued training and the travel required for this position is commendable. It is an honor to have you as a member of our law enforcement family. Thank you. For the next one, I'd like to call up Detective John Oliphant. This is from January to July of 2017. In recognition of your extraordinary dedication and work ethic while accepting challenges which stretched your limits, In addition to your normal investigative caseload, you helped major crimes with a large investigation, as well as took on the role of planning honor guard assignments and answering requests. Your skills and talents are truly appreciated, and it is an honor to have you as a member of our law enforcement family. Thank you. And our final Medal of Merit honors goes to Deputy Andrew Hairston, Sergeant Jeffrey Shover, and Sergeant Michael Zollers. In recognition of your exceptional and courageous performance on March 6, 2017, regarding a gunfire incident, you recognized that a fellow SWAT team member was wounded and in need of assistance. Without thought to your own safety, you took immediate action, seeing that his safety was secured and his emergency medical needs were met. It is an honor to have you as a member of our law enforcement family. Thank you. And now we have some life-saving awards. The first one goes to Deputy Brian Lawler from September 22nd, 2016. In recognition of your compassion and professionalism when you made a huge difference in the life of a woman who was attempting to commit suicide. You took the time to notice her, to engage her in conversation, and when the opportunity arose, you physically pulled her and her dog away from the edge of the bridge, and you called for an ambulance so she could be taken to the hospital for the professional help she so desperately needed. Your caring, compassion, and training benefit our agency and our community. It is an honor to have you as a member of our law enforcement family. Thank you. Next one goes to Deputy Samuel Turner. On May 4th, 2017, you were called to a residence where an infant was found unresponsive in a backyard pond. You quickly began CPR until the medical care team arrived on scene, and it is due to your efforts this child was resuscitated and made a complete recovery. Your extraordinary actions and training saved the life of this child and the possible lives of future generations to come. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is proud to have you as a member of our team. Thank you. Now I'll call up Deputy Alex Boone, Deputy James J.P. Melton, Deputy Gavin Pratt, and Deputy Thomas Walker. This is from May 27th, 2017. In recognition of your extraordinary actions involving a man who tried to commit suicide by jumping into the swift and cold waters of the Spokane River. All of you were successful in locating, tracking, and finally pulling this man out of the river to safety. Due to your combined heroic efforts, this individual survived and obtained the help he so desperately needed. Your actions reflect positively on the Sheriff's Office and on all of you as individuals. It is an honor to have you as a member of our law enforcement family. Thank you. Now I'll call up Outstanding Citizen David Lakyn from May 27th, 2017. In recognition of your extraordinary actions on involving a man who tried to commit suicide by jumping into the swift and cold waters of the Spokane River. You and 4 deputies were successful in locating, tracking, and pulling out this man out of the river to safety. Due to your combined heroic efforts, this individual survived and obtained the help he needed. Your actions reflect positively on you as an individual and an outstanding member of our community. Thank you. Wow, so he's quite a hero. Extra round of applause. Yeah, thank you. And thank you for bringing that up. Now I'd like to call up Deputy Roman Mayer and Deputy Sky Ortiz. This is from July 30th, 2017. In recognition of your actions while responding to a one-vehicle rollover crash, you arrived first on the scene and you quickly made the assessment that the male juvenile passenger suffered critical arterial damage and the subsequent heavy bleeding threatened his life. Entering the vehicle, you applied not one but two tourniquets to stop the bleeding and readied him for air transport to the hospital. Due to your extraordinary skill, compassion, and training, the individual survived this ordeal. You are both valued members of our law enforcement family. Thank you. Deputy Alex Velikodny. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry, what was it? All right, I got it right, but I messed up Todd. I don't know. Okay. From September 2nd, 2017. In recognition of your actions while responding to a wellness check call, you located an unconscious and unresponsive individual. You recognized the symptoms as being an opiate overdose and enlisted the aid of a bystander to continue the CPR while you administered naloxone. Soon after the second dose, the individual became semi-alert and could breathe on his own. You put your very recent training to good use and saved this man's life. We are proud to have you as a member of our law enforcement family. Thank you. And now a Purple Heart Award. This is to Sergeant Harold H.J. Waples. On March 6, 2017, a domestic violence dispute turned into an extremely dangerous and volatile situation. As SWAT and negotiators attempted to get the suspect to surrender and safely into custody, he opened fire on the law enforcement officers at the scene. Although you sustained an injury, you kept calm, dropped back to a position of cover behind an armored vehicle where first aid was immediately provided. After enduring surgery and rehabilitation, we are honored to have you back in the fold of our law enforcement family. Thank you for your continued dedication to serve and protect our community. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to say on behalf of my family and my wife, I want to thank everyone here for the support, the amazing food that was sent to our house. Thank you for the extra 15 pounds I've been trying to work off. But mostly the prayers and the visits and everything that everyone in this room did got me through and my family through one of the hardest times we've ever faced. So I just want to say thank you to everyone in this room. And thank you for all your kind wishes, and I really appreciate everything that you have done. So thank you. And to my wife, thank you. Sorry, I'll find a bigger tree next time to hide behind. But thank you for being there the whole way just for me. I love you, and I always will. And last, I'd like to say, for a person who's not here, for Jason Petrini, thank you. I owe you and always will. So thank you.
And now we've got the Sheriff Star Awards, and Sheriff Ozzie will be doing those.
Thank you. Since I picked the people for this, I don't really need to read the script here, and I don't like staying on scripts. The first Sheriff Star Award, and just stay seated until I get done, and I'll bring you up. It's to a special lady that has done probably more for this community than anybody that I know. About 4 years ago, I received a phone call from Happy Watkins, one of our local leaders and ministers. And he said, Sheriff, I need to have breakfast. So, okay, Happy. So I went and I had breakfast with Happy. And he said, Sheriff, we need to find a way to break the cycle of our youth getting into gangs, our youth dying. We need to do something. We need to get them jobs. And I said, okay. So I went to my go-to. And that go-to is Judith Gilmore. Judith is very, very amazing what she does. I had a meeting with Judith, Happy, and Brian Biggs. We sat down, we drew up this game plan on the board. I still have photographs of that game board. And we started moving forward, and I knew it was going to be Judith that actually would get this through. And Judith has created an apprentice program that she had a little bit trouble getting people to help her with, but AGC stepped up, and the general contractors within this area, and we now have an apprentice program where people that are at risk have the opportunity to change their lives and to get out and break that cycle. Folks, about the same time, we had our local youth that were involved in the gang culture contact their ministers and say, help. We're tired of watching our friends die. We're tired of watching our brothers and sisters die. We're tired of losing the people we love. Now, we as politicians do what we do best. We have a march, we stand on a stage, we talk, and that's all we did. Those kids reached out to us and asked us to help them stop the blood. Judith, you have been a major impact in helping us stop the blood. That's what this means to this community. It gives these kids a chance to break that cycle of violence and to make sure that they have a future. So it's my great honor to introduce to you Judith Gilmore, one of my greatest friends, a mentor, and somebody that has really put skin in the game to help change this community. Judith.
You don't get a room full of people like this and don't ask to have a couple of minutes, right? Thank you all very much. And I somewhat felt like I was going to be embarrassed tonight to receive this award because I knew there were going to be incredible awards given to incredible people. And I salute all of you other winners tonight. Or award getters. I don't think we want to use winners and losers anymore. I think we all know when we do these things, we sometimes do them on our own or we feel like we're by ourselves, but there's always somebody there. And the sheriff is correct. The Associated General Contractors Apprenticeship Program, under the direction of the very keen direction of Mike Ankeny, were the ones that stepped up to the plate and said, we'll take a swing at this. We think we can do this. And then we got busy and started raising some money, and some other people thought maybe it would be a good idea too. But constantly behind us always, our biggest cheerleader, our biggest supporter has been Ozzie Knezovich. And he has told more people about this, I think, than we could have ever done via social media or as many brochures or flyers that we've gotten out. He's been amazing about this. What is truly amazing, I want you all to know, I was touched by those words tonight because I don't not get touched. We've done 4 classes now. We started in April of this year. It's a 6-week boot camp, and they learn, it's called Head Start to the Construction Trades. So if you know anybody that would like to get involved in this, we're taking applications for next year because we just learned we got funded again next year to do it again. This Friday, we will be graduating our first ever all-female class of construction trades individuals. And every one of these women have had struggles in their life. Many have come from drug addiction. Many have come from domestic violence. They're not different than every other class we've had. And I will concur with the sheriff on this. I don't think there's a graduation I haven't cried at, because you're seeing people's lives changed. And I know all of you in this room do that a lot. And I didn't have to jump in a river to do it. So I salute all of you and thank you very, very much.
Now, I will say that the city of Spokane has graciously given money through grants to this effort. I would hope to see the Board of County Commissioners of the Spokane County step up to the plate, and maybe even the city of the Valley, to help change that dynamic and help change some lives. Hint. All right. The next award is going to go to two special people that have worked hours and hours on weekends. They even took their computers and took them on vacation and worked on vacation to make sure that our records and the reports that the deputies do are done correctly and submitted into the computer system correctly, because the new CAD system we have, I won't go there, a little challenging, I'll just say that, the break-in period has been. And we wanted to make sure that we had the information correct, because that's what the citizens demand from us, is that we do it and do it right. So with that in mind, if I could get Kelly Matthews to come up, and I really appreciate the effort that Kelly has put in to this effort. Is Kelly here? The other awardee is Heather Martinez. They're the two people that have basically kept our records running for the last year. So apparently they couldn't make it tonight. So thank you for them. They'll see it hopefully on the video. There's another Sheriff Star Award that I want to mention. He is not here tonight. He retired on us after many great years of service, and that was Deputy Jeff Duncan. And Jeff ran our Explorer program. He was the school resource officer at University High School. You couldn't ask for a better person to be a mentor of a kid. He was excellent in doing what he did. So, Jeff, we really appreciate you and we miss you. The next Sheriff Star Award is here. Again, all you future leaders, you get your pens out, because I'll tell you the secret to success. Surround yourself with great people. They make you look great. That is the secret. I might be the one that wears the top stars, but it's the people that are around me, every man and woman, volunteer in this room. You're the ones that make this agency great. I just have the pleasure of serving with you. I knew that if I ever could get this guy on my team, that my team would become the best in the state, if not the nation. And that's where we are, folks. We are internationally recognized. Our training unit is beyond measure one of the best in the state of Washington, if not the nation, because of this gentleman and his efforts to ensure that our curricula is up to date, is evidence-based, is researched, and we are now certifying all training that the Spokane County Sheriff's Office does through IADLIS, which is an international group that does nothing but certify training. Why is that important? Training is what makes us professional, period. You do not have a professional organization unless you train. The other side benefits of that is risk management. We've never lost a lawsuit because of training. They don't even try to go there anymore. So, you know, Tony Anderman is the top-notch individual that is taking us to the next level, and I knew that if I could get him on this team, he would take us to a place that I only could imagine before, and quite frankly, to the detriment of the state of Washington's training unit. They let him slip, and we have him. So, Tony, come on up. I forgot to mention that Tony is also has a great sense of humor. Sometimes. Again, we appreciate all the effort of all the folks here that received awards tonight. And we have a couple of awards up here for the unit, that the investigative unit. Before you leave, come up and make sure we hand those out to you.